"It's called the Hand of Glory," she said, "though it's more gory than glory. It's an actual hand that's been pickled to preserve it, and there are all sorts of legends around it to do with paralysing people or sending them to sleep. It's pretty grim." Grace decided never to go near that museum if she could help it, while Annabel continued talking. "This place is fascinating, you know. All over the moors, there are these tall stone crosses with different names, like Fat Betty and Old Ralph. I thought they were gravestones at first, but apparently there are different reasons for them. Many function as memorials, religious icons, or old signposts. In many cases, I don't think it's even known for certain why they're in place. And we also went to this little pub in the middle of nowhere, with a ghost chair in the corner. It's cursed, supposedly, so that anyone who sits in it will die soon afterwards." "For God's sake," Grace said, not wanting to hear any more. "I know, it's brilliant," Annabel cried, misreading Grace's mood completely. "And then, to top off everything, it began to snow when we were coming home, and it's taken us ages to get back. The snow is incredible in the dark. You can't see anything. It's like jumping into the white noise on the TV. I don't even know how Ben managed to stay on the road. It's utterly disorientating. He was telling me about one of the locals who got caught in a blizzard and tried to walk home and got lost. He collapsed and died in the snow, and when they found him, he was only a few meters from his front door. I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't just seen what it's like with my own eyes." She leapt up. "We're really cut off, aren't we?" she said, with a visible shiver. "Have we got everything we need?" Grace went over to the window and peered outside. The porch light cast a short dome of illumination over the garden, which was white with the snow that fell thickly. Beyond that, there was nothing to see except blackness. She pictured Millie upstairs. What had she brought her to? A flash of movement caught her eye. Something was out there. She squinted, looking harder, but now she couldn't see anything. Perhaps the ceaseless fall of the snow was playing tricks on her vision. But then, a figure came into view, just beyond the low garden wall. A man wearing a padded jacket and gloves, his head down, a thick scarf around his neck. He pushed at the gate a few times, as though the latch was stuck, but finally freed it. As he hurried down the path, he lifted his head, causing Grace to cry out in amazement. She rushed into the hallway and flung open the door. "James, what the hell are you doing here?" She threw herself into his embrace, feeling absolutely safe as he wrapped his strong arms around her. "What a welcome!" James stepped back, his face glowing. Grace heard Annabel behind her. "Well, well, well, look what the cat dragged in." When she looked around, Annabel was smiling. "Happy Christmas, Grace," James said. "Did you know about this?" Grace demanded, grinning at Annabel. "She invited me," James confirmed, as Grace looked from one to the other. "I don't believe it." Grace hugged James again. While she kept telling herself that things would work out, with James here, she felt more confident about being right. Grace had only seen James a couple of times since he'd headed off to Switzerland to work in a bank. His departure had been hasty, and Grace knew she was partly to blame for that. She vividly recalled that night in a London bar, when James had introduced her to Adam as a friend of a friend. The way he'd watched them as they'd hit it off. Now she could see his face dropping. Now she could see the tension in his arm as he repeatedly lifted his pint to his mouth. Back then, she had completely missed it, right up until the time, a year later, that she and Adam had held their engagement party, and James had gotten horribly drunk, stormed out, and thrown up on the pavement. That night, he had told her that he loved her, and that he had been waiting patiently in the background for Grace to figure out that she loved him too. It was as though she had never known her best friend. She realized he'd never had a girlfriend that she could remember, only a few one-night stands. "Why didn't you say something much